Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes. On Kairos Junction, Terran versus Protoss. Let me introduce you to our players. In the top left, from the DRK, ESP clan, whatever that means. That looks like one of those random direct strike clans. But anyways, in the red, Terran, Pieces, Oryan, spelled in the most trailer park way you could possibly spell that. But on the other side, it is, in similar fashion, Wallice. He's already got a probe in the mineral line. Orion's obviously been hurt before. He is not letting that probe get away. There are actually 2 probes and 2 SCVs. It's looking like an AI game right now with random workers. And of course, engineering bay first. Would we accept anything less and or more? Wait, the duel. First blood. And the SCV comes out on top.
First blood.
Oryan draws. What? And it's a planetary fortress rush. He did get the engineering bay before the command center, so that is a little bit of a curious order. It looks like Wallice expanding. I'm in the mindset of, in professional play, this is how the meta plays out, okay? And then from here, we're going to transition into units and all that. You got to get out of that mindset. Like, you just got to pretend you don't even have a mind at all. That's probably the most efficient and effective way to look at this, as a planetary fortress is on the way. In the main base of Oryan, I don't know if, like, he's just like, this is just where I take my second base. Okay, like, there are many bases on the map, and this one is mine. There's a pylon, taking a page out of the GSL Protoss book. Wallice seems to be building up something resembling solid tech. He's got 2 bases, he's building a robo. The command center is finished. The time for action has begun, with nearly 30 actions every single minute. Oryan blazing through his build. Wallice, on the other hand, 82. He needs to slow down and think about what he's doing. He's got his spotter watchtower pylons, but if you don't have any units, you can't take very much advantage of those. Oryan has decided he's expanding here. That's what he's doing. Don't judge him. Just respect him. He's living his truth, okay? And his truth is that he's never played a game that he won that was under 20 minutes long. Which is okay, because he's only won 3 games. No, I'm not one to judge. No. Who knows? He could have won a dozen. Maybe 2. I apologize. Oryan, if you're out there, I'm sorry. Please accept my heartfelt apology, and since this is Bronze League Heroes, I expect you have plenty of time to write out a sentence with full punctuation in response. So, the interesting part here is, Oryan has no idea that what his opponent is doing. Not that it would matter, I don't think. He's seen a probe. There's gonna be a hard wall, or not. He rethinks that idea. Wallice has built Observer First. Observer First. Which will be countered by a single siege tank and sensor tower. Sensor towers do not provide or detect cloaked units. The bunkers will be dotted around the planetary. The fortress is being buttressed. And how fun of a word is buttressed, by the way. Is this SCV stuck? He could pop through the bunker or the planetary. Let's just not worry about that right now. A lot of the times, there isn't too much action to start off lower level games. But not often do you have such creative strategies already being played out. The Observer Micro is on point from Wallice. He has a spread of pylons. He knows the map is dark and full of Terrans. He wants to make sure that they don't sneak by him, even if it means not actually having any units. His first 2 units will pop out double Robo Immortal. We've got some Captain Protoss strats maybe coming up. We'll have to see. Immortal's a very good unit. Vikings are all done. The worker counts are actually even in favor of... I like how Oryan has put up a forward perimeter, almost like this is a campaign mission. In order to progress to the next phase of the mission and reach the checkpoint, you must first defeat Oryan at the planetary at your 3rd, and then you can move on to the next phase. Scouting Immortals are on their way across the map. This is very ambitious. From Wallice here, the Heart of a Lion. The Immortals kind of just... And look at that fancy skin on it as well. The probe following it up. It made its way all the way over, so he sees what is up the ramp, technically. Let's go to the Wallice action camp. Oh, he's gonna go take a 3rd. Well, guess what, my very good friend? That's gonna be tough, because... There's a planetary there! So now, the game is afoot. The fortress fully buttressed by this point. He's got a hard wall across the board in his main. If only there was an easier place to put a wall at some sort of choke point. That would really help out Oryan, but maybe Terran will be unbeatable if that was a possibility. So you don't wanna mess with that. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Could you? Yeah, it's already kind of loud, but I think we could do better than that. I need to hear the action. Even though there's only been 2 units lost, of which they are both probes. Yes. Looks like Orion's gonna take his natural, but the Immortal will stop it in its track. Well, it will stop it from landing. He's long distance spawning. The standoff continues. Can't land there. Who will break first? Go to the Oryan action cam. He's got his Marines. There is an Immortal. He's gonna bring them down to fight. Depleted. The Immortal, not that good, but the stutter step is, well, he tried, and then he gave up. Easy kill. Oryan obliterates another one. Losing only 2 Marines in the process. Vikings on the way. Cloak, but not the one you think. For ghosts. Really need to split those icons, Blizzard. Do you know how many Bronze League heroes, Bronze League hero Terrans get both Cloak for Ghosts and Cloak for Banshees? Sometimes at the same time? Around 28%. Give or take a few points, but like around 28%. I like how Wallice has just decided, you know what? Okay, guess that base is there. Nothing I can do about it. We'll just expand this way. Inspired by the full buttressing on the other side of the map, he will himself buttress his nexus. The buttressing continues. A nuclear missile is on the way. The only thing he's lacking is a go. Get the fuck out of here, Observer. You came too close, my friend. And you will go no further. Get off my lawn, says Oryan. No. Ow. Templar Archives. Everything is coming together, albeit slowly. 85 to 36. At this rate, Oryan may reach almost as many actions as a pocket watch. We'll see. Let's not get crazy, but the forward sensor tower. Another observer taken out. That's 2 down. You know what they say about 2 observers. You better have those reserves. Yeah. I believe that was in the Bible of Terran, of course. The Book of Revelations, chapter 4, verse 20. Verse 20. Oh, he's coming down to break the planetary. Does he have armor? There is no armor on that planetary. Will he repair? Some of the SCVs, the boys are fully pulled. The turrets are taking down the Colossi, but the Immortals are blasting the point home. The planetary falls, but at what cost? The forward base. Immortals pounding the point home. That Viking very sneakily on the high ground there. But the SCVs will be forced to retreat. He clears out the forward outpost, and now we can go on to the second phase of the campaign mission. He will be allowed to save. You gotta be very careful, because you might want to load the game after you run up a ramp into siege tanks. The Viking fleet. I like Oryan and his expansion pattern. No. Not going to be tied to one silly corner of the map. Ooh, the scouting pylons will spot him. He hits the deck. Down goes the pylon. What's happening here? Okay. He didn't have a reserve, sir. The nuke? The nuke is on the way! An observer's coming out. Where is it? Where did it go? The army is coming back. Wait, what? Where are you? He's trying to get out! Most of the probes will escape. The ghost will not. That was a one-way mission. He's killed 9 probes so far. Oryan has the Viking fleet. Multiple observers. I think these probes... I don't know what these probes are doing, actually. I don't know what their plan is. But everybody knows Vikings the safest unit to attack with because they can fly and they can land. Yes. Try to Saving Private Viking. Oh my god. Saving Private Oryan. It was right there. It was right there. That was a layup. Come on. I missed the dunk. Well. That's probably going to be the title if this ends up on YouTube. Alright, make sure to like and subscribe for puns. Okay. You gotta ring the bell like, no. Oh, come on. Oh, God. We do it live. Do it live. Moving on. The Vikings are in the natural. But the Archons can't get through. Everything's blocking one another. Vikings on the ground. Wait, the Archons can't get through. I lied. Wait, what's happening? And he's out of there. Not losing a single Viking. In spirit. Actually, he's only lost 4, which is a lot less than I thought. What are the upgrades? We got 1-1 infantry, weapons, and armor for Oryan. Okay. The Vikings will... The spotter pylons worth their weight in gold minerals here. All that valuable intel being ignored by Wallice. A Thor, of course. Thor, the inevitable conclusion of every Terran build. The SCVs are a little bit... They're kind of giving away the whole idea here, but thankfully Wallice has not yet developed the technology to attack move. Or has he? The Scouting Viking. A 4th base being taken by Wallice. Neither player has yet reached the overwhelming 50 worker mark, but Wallice. Alright, save the game. Save the game. This is when you save the game. Before you do take a bold move like this. The army's coming together. The army supplies are near even. Storm is done. Okay, Storm is done. He is in sensor tower range. I'm not sure if Oryan really understands what's happening, but the SCVs continue to transfer to the bottom left base. There is a planetary. Most of the tanks are tucked into the well-buttressed fortress. He's just kind of chilling. But see if Oryan... Does he have any concerns in the world? Yep, that's almost perfectly on target there. Yeah. Up! Here comes the Protoss! Where are the storms? On top of all the Marines, the boys are pulled! The Vikings standing out in the storm! But they will weather it for long enough to take out one Colossus. Make that all of the Colossi! The Immortals blasted back. Thor is still here. And he will be driven back for now. The tanks on the high ground, helping out a lot. The Vikings didn't make it, but we can still be saving Private Oryan. He's still in the corner. This Viking is the key to everything. Why? That is the Lost Viking. That achievement is very difficult. Three Stargates on the way. Wallice has to think about what just happened there. Four Stargates. Stargate Command coming together in the main. We'll have to see. Wallice does have the production capacity, but heavy metal coming together for Oryan. This base still very sneakily tucked away into the corner. Wallice, both players over 50 workers. How incredible. The economy's off the charts. I mean, not really, but like, still very high economies. Now, what will be the choice? He's got 4 Stargates. He doesn't have much gas. He was driven back despite a pretty successful attack. 1 Void Ray. He's just kind of selecting through all the Stargates. Okay. Can I get 2? Can I get 2 Void Rays? Can I get 2 Void Rays? Void Ray number 2. Come on down. That's 2. Wait, can I get 3? 3. Okay, don't. Wait for it. He doesn't have the gas yet. Can I get Void Ray number 4? Come on. Come on. He's going across the map. He's going across. But I'm going to need Void Ray number 4. Okay. Well, he's putting the attack together. This is his follow-up, of course. Does he actually know about this base? He does not. Not quite maxed out yet, but he's got the gas. He's not building anything. Wallice is searching. He's scouring the map. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, the Colossi. You gotta be careful. They could headbutt their way into that Viking, giving away its position. The charge lots are trying to come in. They won't be able to take out the planetary, but Wallice redirects his forces. Planetary is a pretty good counter to Zealots. Whoa, shit. Knocked it out of the sky somehow. But here comes Wallice. He's going to bring all his forces to bear. That planetary is not long for this world, but thankfully Oryan has an alternative base. He's already evacuated the SCVs. And now he's going to bring down the army. There are several storms, but he can only cast 2 here. The storms on the Vikings, beautifully casted, but he's caught between a rock and a hard place. The Bio Army is still here. The tanks are on the high ground, but they're not in range. Immortals are great units. Wallice is trying to blast his way through, and he does successfully. He clears the entire ground and air army. The Immortals, the Archons, the Charge Lots coming together. But he's still a long way from winning this game. He chooses, and finally, Void Ray number 4, come on down! We waited a long time for that. Wallice. The fleet beacon, just so much action all over the map. Oryan, you know it's desperate when he's taking his third. You know it's come to a crossroads. Okay, a crossroads between Oryan's strategy and actually playing StarCraft. 2 nuclear missiles on the way. Immediately cloaks the Ghost for the stealth mission across the map. That third base won't be going down. Thankfully, Wallice, very careful with his actions, will not accidentally scout the... Whoa! Whoa! He caught a glimpse. Not a big enough one. Very careful with those actions. The Ghost is on a mission. It's time for... Oh, wait. Oh, okay, it's dead. The Ghost just died. The whole army is coming across the map! He still has an opportunity. The Thors, they will avenge the Ghost. I have to say, I think Wallice's army is a little better here. Oryan on a right click, so is Wallice! The Thors are trying to blast through. It's not going to be enough. Oh, but the Colossus, not taken out in time. Wallice starting to compound his lead. But does Oryan have what it takes? The Lost Viking, still. When he still... I don't know, this Ghost is on a very secret mission. Secret to everyone, including himself. And all the players in the game. As he remains cloaked in the corner. Oh my god. Oryan doing everything he can to get scout. Oh, it's a second planetary! We never see this much commitment, but sometimes maybe we should. But 4 carriers are on the way. 4 carriers! Come on down! Which, the TPM is going to need to be a lot higher. His turrets per minute at a mere 0.5. Wallice is moving into position. Those Marauders are flexing. Unfortunately, the Marines can't flex without their combat shields. Wallice still doesn't know he's about to walk into 2 planetaries, but I'm not sure who's going to be surprising who. The Skytoss fleet is still in the corner. Neo Steel armor is done, by the way. High-sec auto tracking, not there yet. Wallice has over 9,000 minerals in the bank, but he has to bring them to bear. He hasn't been able to do that yet. The double planetary. Oh, the Lost Viking! What are their probes here? There are probes here. Wallice is going for the planetaries. The boys are already pre-pulled. He really wants to repair this. Does he know to storm the SCVs? He does. The Ghost is just going ham on some probes. The planetary. Oh, the other planetary. Oh, the planetaries are dead. More of the Vikings come down. This Ghost has 5 kills. The Lost Viking is chilling. The storms! But wait! He walked too far forward! The Thors are here! The storms are good, but Immortals are better! If he doesn't have any units, though, High Templar can't throw their water balloons fast enough. So enough units that aren't glorified wizards survive. For now, the Vikings are being chased. What's down here? A Zealot. Zealots on the Ghost. The Ghost will cloak in time! Not quite. as the Zealots eviscerate him. The command center's being chased to the corner. Still only 155 to 122 supply. The Viking stands for now. Well, flies, whatever. Refugee command center trying to get to the high ground. Or just get to any ground. He will never see it again. Whoop. Down it goes. Kind of a metaphor. The hairdryer pops out. And Oryan says, you know what was the problem? I only had 2 planetaries. What if I got 4 planetaries? He's got a great point. Thors are coming down. There's how many immortals? Just the one immortal in the mix there. Oh, where's the EMPs? Oh, he's just gonna walk by. There's no detection. Nuke! On the base! There are probes here. We're not, does he see it? Does he see it? The probes are running. He's gonna see it on the edge! The nuke is gonna land. With it, about 12-something probes. He has another nuke, right? Oh, yeah. But cannons are... Oh, he's microing. He's microing this base down here, but the planetary gonna hold the line for now. He's nuking the cannons! He's going to work! He'll nuke his way through. Is he in vision? Yeah, but can he stop him? No. And once he kills this, he's gonna kill the observers with it. How many more nukes are there? He needs more planetaries in the corner. The nuke lands. Not too many more probes with it. Wallice is building cannons, because that is, when you have 9,000 minerals, I'd go ahead and say that's an okay counter. More planetaries. He's gonna have 3 planetary concave. And another planetary to the north. More planetaries than the entire goddamn solar system right now. Another nuke. He's almost out of cloak, though. He's gotta sneak away. Oh, the planetaries are nearly done. The Ghost has 23 kills. The Lost Viking has only been found by the Protoss so far. He's very stealthy. The scouting pylons are still on point. The Skytoss fleet! Holy shit. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. It has no upgrades, though. Wallice might not know about upgrades, but he does know how good these units are. Planetaries do not shoot up! A major design flaw! I don't know what's happening over here. The SCVs are in retreat. Oh, but the Planetary is killing Templar, both of them! The Planetary's got some Templar kills. The SCV's on the Trail of Tears. But while the Viking flies, it fills Oryan with determination. The final Planetary in the bottom left corner will fall. But there is a ghost. And there are nukes. Oh, he has a dream. Is he just gonna nuke it? You absolute madman. The nuke directly under the army. Nuclear missiles hit up. You'd think they'd fly higher than that, but no. Oh, the Templar are moving underneath! The Hail Mary! It's gonna hit! On the Tempest and the Templar! They're very temporary. Under the assault, he's gonna nuke again! A direct hit! He can't see it underneath all his fancy-ass units! Or can he? It's right there! He's got it on the screen! What? Not! He's trying to get out! He does! It just tickles the shields. You really gotta be right underneath. He had to find the red dot. The ghost dies for its transgressions. 16 Templar have died thus far. Only one, the last Templar. The Lost Viking. Wallice is actually... he's out of gas. And Oryan is very slowly, but very surely building up Vikings. He has Thors. And against Void Rays and Carriers, especially without upgrades, suddenly... he's just forgotten this one. He doesn't care about this one. The probes. What is happening? This, Okay. But while the Viking flies, Oryan, he has a supply lead. He has the army. Is he ready to move it down? The nuclear missile opened up the opportunity to maybe actually kill this army. He's expanding throughout the map. At this point, Wallice, I mean, he has plenty of minerals. But he's almost out of gas. He's going for the upgrades. He's working his way into the main. The turrets are going to hold the line for now. Taking down... Oh my god, he has Neo Steel. Is there a nuke? The silos are about... Well, the academies, rather. Oh, the Vikings are not being targeted, but the interceptors are all being taken down. And when the carriers are empty, then everything else... Oh, the Thor shots! The Javelin missiles connecting. Down go the Void Rays. The main will be defended. The Vikings are actually chasing down the carriers. They'll get one. Well, this base is a little bit vulnerable. Oh my god, the ambitious Vikings. But he's right-clicked on the command center! The interceptors have no focus. They'll whip over, but some of them will go down with their carrier. The Thors. How many Thors? He's got 7 Thors. The probes are on the attack! An interesting move. The interceptors don't last long enough, and the Thors have so much armor. Losing those Tempests. The Tempest and the Templar. The best target. He recalls 2 carriers out of there. He's running from Thors, and Thors don't run very fast. The lost Viking. Will he accidentally find it? The last missiles connect. Oh no. Oh no. The beacon of hope. The Vikings! Oh! Oh, don't provoke them! Oh no! It goes down! How will Orion recover? The Void Rays will kill it. Little else, but they'll kill that. The great SCV transfer of 33 minutes. There's a ghost! All the heroes are falling. But the Thors are still here. The ground army of Wallice is lost and possibly forgotten. I don't know why there are probes roaming around and savage bands of, like, wild boars in the forest, but they are. This planetary very close to the right spot. But Orion is mining again. Wallice is waiting for his opportunity. Remember, Orion already almost mined out this base. There are only a few hundred minerals left. I don't think Wallice has a mineral problem, though. He has a nuke problem. Orion, chugging along. 40 actions every single minute, and he does not waste them. The Ghost remains cloaked with passive camouflage. If he stays in the shadow of the cliff, maybe nobody will notice him. The ground army, he remembers. Or does he? The worker count's nearly even. The supply's drawing even again. There is a single nuclear missile. There is a single ghost. We could head towards mining out this entire map. We're well on the way. The TPM will raise again. The Tempest. As long as they don't get nuked, they're going to be difficult to deal with, even with Thors. What? Maybe he didn't notice. Oh, I think he may have noticed. Here comes the entire armada. Oh. Oh. There's a lot of blue dots. I think those are probes transferring. I don't know what he's moving. He decides he's just gonna build a pylon there. He doesn't want to risk being a nuke. He brought an observer. Oh, he is respecting ghosts, all right. He will finally call the Ghostbusters. But he waited for his observer. He was not gonna risk it again. Oh my god. Post-traumatic nuke disorder here. He does not want to get ghosted. Otherwise, all his Tempest will go up like tinder. The Thors are holding. Oryan playing a much, actually not a much more cost-effective game. What about gas? Slightly more cost-effective in gas. But Wallice just can't seem to put all the army together in the right spot to close this out. The turret wall buttressing the third. Wow. What's the TPM now? He's at 32. He's almost bringing it to 1. How many has he lost? He's lost 7 turrets, so technically over 1. But the effective TPM... is nearly 1. The campaign mission reloads. Good luck with that. If only you knew about high-sec auto-tracking. Wallice is maxed, but... there is a wall of turrets. Zealots, yeah, those Thors have not moved. Those Thors have been guarding this key position. That is it worth it, Wallice? Is it worth it? I'm not sure if Oryan knows about the secondary Thor mode for single target. I'm going to go ahead and say he doesn't. But that's okay. You throw enough missiles in the air. Oh, but it goes. Special mission. Nuclear missile launched! Let's go to the Wallice action cam. Does he spot it? He's looking. He's scrambling. He's trying to find it. But where is it? He's going to see his mothership. Oh, he hears it! And they're gone! He sees them burn before them. He hears the lamentations of his probes.
Nuclear launch detected.
Yes, know about that one. He's moving everything. The entire army. He just selected it all. But is that really... no, he's got to be careful. The probes will die. That ghost, 21 kills. He forgot his observers. He really doesn't like ghosts. He's very scared of them. Oh my god, he's storming a clone ghost! What a player! Come on, one more! Give us another one! Oh.
Never say die.
Well, he didn't say die, besides right at the very end. He couldn't find his observer, but he found the storm! The 200 IQ plays! What a player! What a game. Wallice holding so far. Two more nukes on the way. They worked out well thus far. Both players building up a bank. The war continues. The mothership. Another nuke. This is optimistic. The water balloons? Oh my god, did the Templar get a water balloon kill? It only does, like, 1 damage. That was an optimistic nuke. It feels like Wallice has what it takes. But it's felt like that before. Another ghost. Sunning out these special missions. This one not even cloaked. The entire Protoss armada moves to intercept. Oh. 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 That is very dead. Very dead Ghost. All the Thors are still up in the corner. But guess what? The TPM is raising. He's finally taken his third. But here comes the whole Protoss fleet. The Templar. Wait. The Planetary is killing Templar. He just got half a dozen. There's a Viking in the corner. The Thors are moving to reinforce. But at this point, it seems inevitable. He's rebuilt some bio, which is, he's got 2-2-2-2 across the board. The Thors are on the march, blasting through anything in their path. But will anything stop Wallice? The turrets. Even probes in the mix. The Vikings will try to hold. Where are the storms? He's been on top of them. The Thors are here. The storms are good. The rest of the army is right-click, though. Does he have detection? Can he see it? He needs to kill the mothership. The Thors are going to work. The mothership taking a lot of hits. Storms on the Thors. Vikings going to work. Interceptor's gone. Where is... The Thors are still holding. An actual time warp in real life is used. I feel like I just time traveled. But somehow Oryan holds. There are even Marauders underneath. He's out of interceptors. The Thors have too much armor. They just can't punch through. Oh, that's an optimistic nexus from Wallice. Oryan holds. Storms take a little bit longer to kill Thors. Planetaries don't take long to kill Templar. All important things we've learned here today. Wallice, he still has access to some gas gathers over here. The probe and SCV counts aren't particularly high, but he's held for now. Will the Thors be repaired? Can he afford to repair them? Does he know he can repair them? All important questions. Are there any more ghosts? The Armada licks its wounds. It is forced to retreat after that surprising defeat outside Orion's base. And another ghost is on the field. Will he make the same mistake again? No! Oryan might not be quick. He might not be agile. But he learns. The Templar barely survives. There is another nuke. He nuked his way through the cannon. There's only like 3 probes here, but what happened here? An army is on the move. That army, 1 probe. His name, Albert Einstein. The ghost working its way through. Oh! The zealots. The ghost says no. And then, maybe a moment later, it will say no again. Ghost actually hits zealots pretty hard. Especially when the zealots have 0/0 upgrades. They should have charged more for upgrades. But he's coming in. Orion's been re-inspired. The SCVs are being slaughtered, freeing up more supply for army. Wait. Ooh. Well, I mean, he knows where the ghost is. He's thinking maybe he could intimidate him. He's like, I don't know where you are, but don't fuck with me. I don't know. Show yourself, coward. He does not. Why give up your advantage? He who uncloaks his ghost when faced by Big Zealot is he who is Big Fool, said Sun Tzu in his book, The Art of Terran. You may have read it. Here comes, wow, quite a Sky Toss army. He's going to give it another shot. This time only turrets are there to contest him. The turret's a meaningful enemy, though. They're gonna find a few Void Rays. The Planetary might be able to pick up even some more Templar. The army, the Vikings are on the way. Oh my god, the Planetary is killing Templars! The Planetary kills all but 2. The Vikings, a little bit. The trickle of Terran. This base is nearly mined out. The Interceptors, the turrets are racking up a lot of Interceptor kills as well. Bit of a ham-fisted maneuvering. Something's died to the Planetary! There are no more Templar. There are no more Templar. There are no more storms underneath. The Planetary Fortress held. The Thors are here. Are they enough? Oh, some nimble navigation out of the Protoss. Wallice gonna be able to slip up to the high ground. The Thors not quite agile enough to respond. They will take one carrier as tribute. Or will they? No. Oh, maybe. He's all the way in towards the main. The Thors have to run home. But Vikings already ready for the response. Does he have a nuke? There is a nuke. Getting himself kind of caught in a corner, but he's abusing the one weakness of Thors. Their knees. Okay, Thors have very weak knees. You might not have known that. He's gonna find another command center. And next is being taken. Wallice claiming as much territory as he can. This base is still chilling within sensor tower and just straight up vision range. How many Thors? He's settled on heavy metal. Eventually, we've kind of filtered down from all different types of units to, yeah, just build some more Thors. I know what I want. I know what I need. Gotta be a real thorn in Wallice's side. The upgrades, the 3-3 is done. It's taken a while to get here, but those are fully upgraded robot mech machines, and can he mech it happen? Oh my god, the carrier won't survive another volley. Down it goes. How many carriers have died? 7. Oh, he's continuing forward, but he turns! There's a ghost underneath! The battle is joined! There's no detection. The Tempests are working through the Thors. But all the Interceptors are gone. The Tempests are all stacked up. It's unclear. The Cloak Ghost is doing a little bit of extra damage. Oh, he's hitting the Nexus. You really need to focus here. But the Tempests are all stacked up, and they'll all die together. He's gonna lose every single Tempest. And the Thors, once again, the underdog victors, racking up the kills. A tsunami of splash damage ripples through them. Long distance. Wait. What's happening here? There are still some uncombat shielded, unstimmed 2-2 Marines. I don't know how this one has damage, but it has 2 kills. It has a lot of stories to tell. Oh, more carriers have arrived. He's trying to go. I mean, he's targeting the carriers, but the Interceptors may very well be enough. They're barely tickling the Thors. 1 carrier goes down. The carrier micro, such as it is pretty decent here. 1 Thor, 2, just 1 remains. 1 last survivor of some like a swarm of bees. He tries to shrug him off, but his knees won't let him. He begins to bob and weave, trying to avoid. He's hoping his opponent will leave. But eventually, he will be free, says Wallice. Somehow the supplies are nearly dead even. How many Thors on the field? There are 4. The worker count in the 40s. So they both have traded bases. Another Nexus. This Nexus has survived. It hasn't mined. I don't know if there was ever a command center there. A planetary is building. There's still an assimilator involved. It's getting out of control right now. Was it ever in control? I don't think so. Oh, another phalanx of turrets will buttress the planetary. Oh, but here come the carriers. The Void Rays are all charged up. The Thor's not being targeted for now, but the interceptor count isn't that high. Oh, he targets the Void Rays. Incredible micro from Oryan. The Thor, he's trying to micro back the carrier micro. This ain't Brood War. He loses one carrier. He needs to focus on another one. The Vikings working their way through. He gets two. The Tempest really helping out. He's out of interceptors. The carrier is vulnerable. The Vikings, the torpedoes from him, just blasting through. Another carrier goes down. The Vikings are flanking from the side. The upgrades, it took him over 45 minutes to get the 3-3, but it has paid off for these mech units. The armor is too strong. Carriers just can't punch through. The Zealots, on the other hand, also unupgraded. In fact, they're 0-0. There is thermal lance for Colossi that are long since dead. Even probes getting in on the action. Everybody must be conscripted. This war continues. He's gonna retake a Nexus. He can only build. He's gotta be careful. He can only build about 22 more Nexi before he runs out of money. More nuclear missiles. He has a wall of turrets protecting a base that is long since mined out. Carriers being built. In fact, the Stargates have a lot of work to do. Yep. If only there was some way to speed up production. More nuclear missiles. Oryan just sticking with it. How many Thors? 29 Thors, 59 Vikings have fallen. A ghost? An interesting exchange here. The ghost is on the chase, and then it in turn will be chased by the Tempest. The ghost very ambitious, and now very dead. But the turret's super angry. This one Zealot, a real badass right now. That is the Artanis of Zealots. Just going at it. Drives the Thors. They're like, no, there's no way. There's no, oh. And then they embrace reality. The Tempests are slowly, finally, sieging up the turrets. This base, he did build a Nexus, but there's only 25 minerals and 0 gas left here. But the Thors are pounding through the top right corner. Very, very slowly, we are mining out the map. Even the SCV getting in on the action. The hammers blasting through. The supply is still quite high. The army's dangerous. What is down here? The turrets have bought a lot of time. There are some more Thors. Wallice is losing bases. I would say left and right, but mostly right. Are the carriers? No, the Tempest would just be forced to retreat. The probes are already refugees. There are 2 Tempests here. I think they were left over from before. Oh, he's gonna lose those. He charges up the Void Race. The Vikings are stuck in front. The scouting pylon eats some hits. Everything. Oh, the Thors! The pylon blocks them! He's trying to target, but the swarm of interceptors is actually too much. Oryan dips in supply. But remember, the one thing that kept Oryan alive, a nuclear missile. It gave him the time to finally get an army together. He has more. He may need another. Rarely do you get 2 Hail Marys in one game. But, this is a rare game. That is a scary army. But it's going into a fortress of cannon. Oh, the one Thor! You shall not! No. Well, okay, maybe a little. I mean, that is a lot of turrets. Orion. The turrets are flanking the carriers. Will they be able to get one? Not quite. He doesn't have high-sec auto tracking. Once again, Wallice is going for the main. How does Orion answer? That is a incredibly good question. These tanks have stood watch in the main most of the game. Oh, the ghost. The ghost! The ghost! The only ghost! The army's he cloaks! He cloaks! He's nuking his own base! But did he overshoot the mark? Did he? It's a little off center. It is. It doesn't even hit. Does he have one more? There is one more nuke. He's got to go right on target. He's trying not to nuke his own base too hard. It's a prayer. Oh, the Tempest. The Tempests aren't moving. The Tempests aren't moving. If the Tempests aren't moving, there's even real. The nuke lands, killing half the Tempests. Is that enough to break? The Scorched Earth nuke. The turrets are still working through the interceptors. Wallice has money, but he doesn't have that many carriers. The last reserves for Orion. The tanks are trying to hold. There's still a Thor. The interceptor count is down to 13. Otherwise, there's just 2 Void Rays and 2 Tempests. Everything else is coming back. Is it enough to clear this? The upgrades are good. The Thors are on the ramp. Once again trying to retake the main. The interceptor's helping. The Void Rays prismatically align. The Thors are being burned down. The interceptor count dips. There's still 1 Thor. Nothing in production for Orion. But he might be able to bait him into the turrets. He does. He's microing back. The last Thor. Oh wait, there's still a ghost. He doesn't have any nukes, but he can maybe kill something, anything. The SCVs are pulled. The boys. The final Thor. He's gonna try to repair it and save the base. He's just gonna try to repair the last Thor. I mean, he could build more if he had factories, but the Ghost Academies are going down. This army is not working through the base very quick, but the SCVs surround the Thor. Is it enough? They have upgrades. The single Thor and Ghost and the SCVs gonna try to drive the army back. For now, it is. It's working. It's working. How many interceptors? The Ghost dies. It's out of cloak. He needs to target the SCV escort. Is it enough? He's trying to target the SCVs down. The target fire on the Void Race. The SCV count is dropping. He's losing them. But is it quick enough? He's targeting the carriers. The Tempest going to work. The SCVs are dipping. The Thor will fall. What does Orion have? He has 7,000 minerals. But he's losing his production. He has no other. He's not mining any minerals. He's not mining anything. GG. The Thor. And with it, all hope. And then Wallice holds. He breaks through in 59 minutes. Down with them go. 26 Tempests, 20 carriers, 39 Thors, 73 Vikings. So many, hundreds upon hundreds, over 1,000 units lost, 150,000 nearly resources. The map mostly mined out. Was that worth an hour? It's all over. Private Ryan. Orion will not be saved. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button like the SCVs smacked the Thor until they couldn't any longer. subscribe to all of the things,
Hell, it's about time.
ring all of the bells. And shout out to, if you'd like to submit replays, the information is always in the description. If there is a description. And if you'd like to judge, if you'd like to help bring us these replays, you can check out discord.gg/wintergaming. Shout out especially, not just to the players, but to FFT Private, who went through many of the worst to find the best of the worst. And he picked this one for the cast. This journey. Shout out to him. Subscribe today. Streaming YouTube content? Why would I bother making exclusive YouTube content if we could do it live? I'm a StarCraft player. I can multitask. Subscribe here on Twitch if you want me to make more YouTube content live.